What's up guys, my name's Local. I'm trying to reach RuneScape's endgame while juggling real-life responsibilities. From a full-time job to starting a family, my goal is to show how it's possible for anyone to accomplish their goals in RuneScape with a little bit of dedication. What's up guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of my progress series where I'm proving that you can reach Old School's endgame even if you don't have unlimited time to grind it out. If you missed the first episode, you definitely want to check that out. I'm going to have that link below, but I'm really excited for this week. We got some nice progress and a nice little something that'll help us get closer to starting that rebuild. So let's talk a little bit about this last week for me and then we'll kick it off with some Leviathan. This week, I didn't really get as much as I wanted done. I'm in sales, and it's the last week of the month, so I really just kind of had to lock in. As far as my skilling goes, still working on agility. As you can see, I'm getting pretty close to 96, about 135k left. I'm hoping I can get that in this video. I might just crank out some Sepulchre just when I get a chance. But yeah, let's kind of get into a bit of Leviathan here. Man, how poetic would it be if Jagex decided to gift me the lore for 1600 kills? Ooh, Jagex, you are too kind. As I'm approaching 1700 kills at Leviathan, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've learned from this boss. I think there are some funny things that you learn, and also some important things. When it comes to funny things, like the longer you do a boss, the more you learn to optimize it in specific ways, and you learn small things about the encounter. Like for instance, on my screen right now, you can see that the little orb just dropped and stayed on the ground right in front of me. That means I know for a fact that his special attack, the first special attack he's going to do, is going to be the lightning special attack. That is because when you do the debris attack, you can't have one of those orbs on the opposite side from which you are starting your attack from. I don't know if that really makes sense. Basically, you'll see here in just a second that that's something I didn't actually observe until I don't know, 1300 kills. Anyway, yeah, so you can see back here, let me go and activate my prayer, hit it with an attack, and then boom, lightning attack, right, because of that orb right there. So, that's kind of funny. Like, you learn to optimize the boss in your own way, and you learn small little funny quirks about it. But more importantly, what it's kind of taught me is that it's very important to lock yourself to a specific piece of content like this. Like for me, I'm grinding out the Soul Reaper axe, so you need to find exactly what it is that you want. Maybe you want to grind a specific pet, or you are looking for a specific drop. Either way, if you can find a specific piece of content that you somewhat enjoy, lock yourself to it, you will learn a lot about the game. Like, I think this has taught me a lot about game ticks. It's taught me a lot about, how not to waste those ticks. And really, I think overall it's just been very helpful for, just my game knowledge in general. And as much as I hate this boss, I am very grateful for that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh. Man, your dopamine receptors are just completely cooked when you get a Venator Vestige drop and you're a little disappointed by it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, obviously my heart is definitely racing right now. I'm super stoked for that, because that is actually very big for the cash stack. It puts us very close to our rebuild, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but man, I just want the friggin' lore, dude. I want to get out of here so bad. Anyway, let's finish out this kill and see if I can remember how to actually build this ring, because this is actually my second ring drop. It's kind of funny, actually, because in my first video, if you didn't see that, you should definitely go check that out. I actually mentioned I was just under 1600 kill count, and I said I'm due for another Vestige any day now. So I think it's hilarious. Literally within the next week that I happen to get the drop. Again, unfortunate that I didn't get the lore, but, if we're going to look at the silver lining here, at the very least, I did get another Vestige drop before the lore. That way I don't have to be like, oh man, am I missing it by 1 kill, you know? So, I don't know. Silver lining, right? Alright, so we're going to finish up this kill here, and then I've got some great footage of me trying to remember how to put this ring together. I don't know why Jagex decided to make this process so insanely complicated. I feel like there was absolutely no reason for them to require like 3 or 4 different pieces and different steps for actually crafting this ring. But while I'm doing that, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the last video. So the first episode that we had got an insane response. Alright, let's talk analytics real quick. In our first week, the channel pulled in nearly 2,500 views, which I know isn't crazy in the grand scheme of things, but honestly, I'm just blown away. You know, honestly, I fully expected to be just uploading content into the void for who knows how long, but it feels like we really struck a chord with the community on that one. And honestly, that's got me more motivated than ever to just, you know, keep going and putting out content for you guys. So again, you know, almost 2,500 views, 180 new subscribers, and dozens of genuinely positive and very thoughtful comments. You know, what's wild to me is that so many of us are just in the same position, you know, not just in game, but in real life. I saw a ton of comments from people who just, you know, just had a baby, they work full time, or really just don't have the time that they wish they had to play, and realizing that I'm not alone in that is huge. You know, a few of you even suggested starting like a clan chat, something like Dadscape CC, and you know, I love that idea. So I'll put a poll out or something to gauge some interest. But you know, if you're down to be a part of that, you know, drop a comment. Let's see if we can get the ball rolling on that. But really, though, you know, thank you for being a part of this journey so far. Honestly, you know, this kind of support is something that really only the old school community is capable of. Like, if you tried to do Call of Duty as a casual guy content, it just wouldn't happen, right? But the old school community, you know, you guys are different, right? So supportive, and let's be honest, you know, we'll watch anything while we AFK, but that's besides the point. So yeah, thank you. And if you want to show some love and help the series reach more people, hitting like, dropping a comment, or subscribing would mean the world to me. So one more time, thank you so much. So we're almost done putting together this ring here. To be honest, cannot be asked to walk over to the Grand Exchange from Edgeville, so I'm gonna teleport here. But yeah, man, the process of building this ring is such a pain, so let's get this thing sold. Alright, let's put it in. 65 mil right now. Good 66 mil after the Grand Exchange cut. Let's see what our cash is looking like. Alright, 1.15 bill. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so this actually brings me nicely into my next segment here. And I did have some footage of me getting 96 agility. I'm actually, this footage is from today, April 5th, before I upload the video. As you can see, I'm on my way to 97, which I'll talk about in next week's video. But yeah, I had some footage of me getting to 97 agility, or sorry, 96 agility, but there was something wrong with the footage. I'm still trying to figure out how to fully operate OBS. So anyway, yeah, so it brings me into my next segment here, which I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the rebuild, right? So in the first video, I asked you guys what mega rare should I go with on the rebuild, because I'm getting really close on my cash stack to being able to do a rebuild. And after talking about the different kinds of things that I'm working on, like the Soul Reaper axe specifically, and where my bank value is at right now, a lot of people actually recommended that I do a shadow rebuild, which was a little surprising to me, because I feel like I watch a lot of I guess like rebuild videos, and everybody in the comments in the video, like, I mean, the creators are always like, do whichever one you feel is best, and I'm like, of course, you know, I don't even know why I waste my time. But a lot of people in the comments are just like, oh, just do a T-bow, it shreds at everything, right? And so I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to save up for a T-bow. And personally, the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know what content I would do that would bring me in a ton of money with the T-bow, right? I mean, the T-bow would be nice for the Infernal Cape, but other than that, I don't really, I mean, obviously there's like raids and stuff, Chambers of Sarek, which I'm not really at a level where I can do that solo yet. I know how to solo Tombs of Amasket, so I was always thinking, hey, a shadow would be nice, especially considering the fact that, I mean, one, that's the cheapest mega rare, and two, you can do TOA with the shadow, right? And it rips in there. Um, Now, a lot of the comments on that first video are actually suggesting that I do a shadow rebuild, specifically before I do Whisperer for the Soul Reaper axe. And that actually got me thinking. I think that's actually an excellent point because, again, I'm very close to that. As you saw, I'm at 1.15 bill, so I think I just need like another 100 mil or so. And honestly, if I keep going as dry as I am on Leviathan, I might be able to score myself a shadow and start a shadow rebuild before we go into Whisperer. Frankly, the reason that I think this is such a good idea is because, I mean, assuming I do continue to go dry, I start the shadow rebuild as soon as I get the lore, and head into Whisperer. As soon as I get the Siren Staff there at Whisperer, I've got a nice 500 mil on my way to the rebuild, right? Like, that'll actually be really big for me as far as starting the rebuild goes. And everybody says that, like, Shadow is absolutely incredible at Whisper, which I haven't really actually watched much footage of Whisperer, so I don't know. I mean, I'll take everybody's word for it, but yeah, I think that's kind of the direction that we're going to go here with the rebuild. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of where I want to end the video here. Is again, thanks so much for watching. If you watched all the way, to the end here, and I appreciate you guys bearing with me while I learn the ins and outs of content creation. How to create and edit videos, the flow, the pacing. I need to get a new mic for sure. I go back and listen to this, and the mic on my headset's not very good. So yeah, to recap what we've done today, did a little bit of Leviathan, got a nice little vestige drop to put us closer to a shadow rebuild. Next week we're gonna have some more footage of hopefully some more footage of Leviathan. Would be nice if we could get the lore drop, maybe get a little bit more loot before we start Whisperer. But again, we're getting closer to 97, so hopefully we can max agility here in the next few weeks. But yeah. So again, I just wanted to issue one more thank you to you guys for supporting the videos so far. I'm really excited for the future of the account and for the future of the channel here. And one more time, if you want to be able to support the channel, the best way to do that for me is to like, comment, subscribe, share this to other people who you think might relate. But again, you guys have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye.